So I'm gonna make a video on Orchard, two videos actually. The first one is how to input all the information. The second video will be about how to check on the results and follow up with patients. The first video here will be covering how to put in the vitals. I'm sorry, not the vitals, but the viral tubes for COVID, flu, RSV, and whatnot. And remember, these are universal e-swabs. They can also be used for like vaginal swabs, wounds. If the provider wants it, you can use these. And then also we'll be inputting the information for urine. So the urine in another video that you may have already watched, and how to collect those urine samples from patients. We can also send out that urine sample for both culture and sensitivity, as well as STD or STI testing, okay? So the first thing you wanna do is you wanna grab your sample and you wanna go to the patient's profile and you wanna print the visit, and there's only two things that you wanna print off: the patient insurance and the assessment. You need to put those in into the system, okay? And so we'll try as best as possible to avoid showing any patient names or information in the system. So the camera will be primarily on me. So what you need to do is, and as I do this, just keep in mind, a lot of times at some locations, or most locations, we have Orchard techs that are able to do this, but many times we may not have an Orchard tech. So basically it falls on you as a medical assistant. Also, receptionists should help if they can in putting in this information and prepping the samples and bagging them and getting them ready to go out that day. So what you want to do is you do want to go to the lab website. It should be bookmarked in the website. Once you log in, if you want to just show here real quick, so go to the portal here. We'll cover the names here so they're not showing. You want to go to pending lab work right up here, and you want to click on create requisition. And what will happen is this page will show up here. Okay, we don't have any patient information on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put in all the information minus just the patient name. Okay, I'll put that off camera so obviously we don't show the patient information here. So again, what you need to do is first you want to go ahead and select the ordering physician. Usually it's either, my brother is fine. Contact, you can always put the clinic, that's fine as well. For you as the person that is putting in the information, you have to put in your name at the very end, and I'll show you where. You have to put in your name. We want to know who put this information into the system in case if there's any issues, okay? So again, back to here, we're gonna hold off on the patient name. Okay, it might not let us do that. I am gonna put in just John Smith in here just for now. I will change it before I print out the label. And doesn't look like, give me a second. Okay. All right, so that's fine.
Nikita?
We'll skip it for a second.
If you could come to the window for just a moment, please.
If you want to show here real quick, we'll skip those for just a quick second. Make sure once you put in the patient name, birthday, the birthday and the ICD codes, and the ICD codes are going to be found under the assessment that you printed out. That'll be right here. ICD-9 or ICD-10 is the one you want to use. So N34.2, for example, that's for urine. And then you want to go ahead and put in this here, Z11.3. Again, ICD-10. Those are the code that comes right after that is what you want to put in. So we'll put in this one, and all the ones that a provider puts in is what you want to put in the system here, okay? It's not letting me do it right now until I put in patient information, but I'll get to that in a second. Again, under toxicology, we're not doing toxicology. So click no. Click on electronically signed by doctor. And then over here, selecting the test, there's a few that you can select, okay? It depends if it's a urine, depends if it's a PCR, okay? Now, if it's a urine, the one you want to go to is under microbiology here. So go to microbiology, click on culture and sensitivity. You can always click this plus sign on all the tests and it'll show you, it'll give you a little bit more detail on what we're checking for. But again, if the provider says they want culture and sensitivity, this is the one you want to click. You want to click on now, the time and date that this information was put in. And then you want to go ahead and put in your name in here so we know who did this or put this in the system. Okay. Now, what I am going to do is, if you want to just kind of pan the camera this way, I don't want to show the patient information. What I'm doing is, in those couple of fields where the patient needs to be put in, I'm going to go ahead and add them in really quick. And so here real quick, let me show you. Once you go plus add the patient, this is the information they're going to need. The name, the birthday, gender, and then phone number, email, and then bill. When you go on bill and you put insurance, this new page is going to show up. All you need to do is put in the insurance name and the insurance ID. That's the only thing that they need. On ethnicity, put unknown. On race, put unknown, because we don't collect that information. That's not important, okay? So if you want to pan over the camera really quick here, just so I can go ahead and put in this patient's information. So it's not showing really quick. I'll go ahead and punch in his info, put in his gender. I do need to put in an address, so that information should be here. Should have printed the demographics as well, I apologize. So demographics, I did say we need insurance and assessment, but you also want to print out the demographics as well. So those three items: demographics, insurance, and the assessment. Okay, so I'll go ahead and put in the person's 650 South Huron. 650 South Huron. All right.
First door.
South Rockwood. Okay, good. Get his phone number. 672-59. Bill insurance. We'll go ahead and put in his insurance as well. Blue Cross Blue Shield.
Go ahead and sign in, please.
All right, so like I said, you put in just the insurance name, put in just the ID
You
number.
can tell them when you come back.
And then you save it. Once you save it, and everything is in the system. And again, don't forget those ICD codes. Those are really important. All right, beautiful. So everything is in, name, ICD codes, the test has been selected.
Okay.
Go ahead and press save, and what the system is gonna do, it's gonna ask you to go ahead and
Have
print
you
the
been here
label.
before? Yeah.
Now
Okay.
make sure
I do
here
need
the
date
printer
of birth and
that you put in the label in the right way. Honestly, I hope this is the
Date
right
of
way.
birth?
I think it is. I think it's this way. We'll find out in a second. Usually,
Thank you.
Orchard has their own printer, and usually it's the sticker down and in, but we're just using this one for now. So hopefully, okay. So once the sticker comes out, what you need to do is put a sticker on the sample, and then you are gonna get the demographics sheet with the sticker paper. You're gonna fold them together. And there are two bags. There's a small bag and a large bag. So you're gonna open this up here. All right. So we definitely screwed it up. But just, I'll fix this in a minute, but just to show you how this is done, you wanna go ahead, just put a sticker with the barcode on here. You wanna get this along with basically the demographics. There's a little pouch in the front of the bag, put that in there. Get the sample, put it in here. And then all the ones you get throughout the day, you wanna throw them in a large bag. I recommend the PCRs are put in a separate bag and all the urines are put in a separate bag, okay? Now, one more area that you have to make sure that you are, so just keep the camera on me for a quick second here. You have to log these, okay? So if you want to show here real quick, I'm going to cover the names. So every clinic should have a spreadsheet of all the labs. Make sure you're logging the labs here, okay? You're following up with them every day, multiple times a day, making sure that you're basically logging. If you spoke with the patient, if you left a voice message for the patient, and the printout for when you print out the lab when it comes back, and we'll talk about that in the next video. Obviously, you need to make sure that's documented properly and whatnot. So again, I'll go over that in more detail in the next video. But this first video is primarily, again, to make sure that you put in the information in the system properly, to bag it properly, and make sure if there's anything you just can't miss for the whole day. If there's one thing you can't miss, it's the putting out the labs at the end of the night. You have to put them out, okay? That's really important. And again, putting in this and the urine, it's the same exact process all throughout in the system. The only thing is picking the correct test. And if you're not sure how to pick the right test, then go ahead and ask. But again, pick COVID, pick flu A/B, pick RSV, pick whatever test that the provider wants. If you're not sure, ask, and I'm sure someone will be able to help you, or you can call me and that shouldn't be an issue. I'd be more than happy to assist you. Again, questions, ask. Thank you. And we'll have the second video up after this soon. Thank you.